the wonder of it all has been what we've learned about elders and what their issues are, what they bring, what with their culture, and what they bring with their challenges as they age. The initiative itself is based on 3 areas. One is around perspective and looking at the issue of how do we shift the thinking and the importance of cultural relevance.
It was very much rewarding for us that the cultural competency coaches were brought in. It was an excellent choice. We also did, give us some tools there to learn to speak with that better on when we engage some of our community members in the trainings that we do, because we include cultural competency in all of our promotora training.
What was first helpful was having the cultural competency coaches that you contracted with. They helped us validate what we were doing, but help us get our framework together of what we needed to do better and what we were missing in our cultural competency work in our organization.
The second area is looking at practice, and that has been shown through an effort that we've done around this Latino aging cohort.
The greatest accomplishment that we have with the Area Agency on Aging and the other organizations is that there is a new awareness of what the needs are and what the possibilities can be. I think that we are just beginning to look at what we're doing and how we're doing it, and are able to move forward.
And then the final piece that we're very interested in is looking at policy. So to make change, we know that we're going to have to make changes in policy.
The Latino Age Wave really brought an expectation for us that we needed to bust out of our shell when we are talking about, we're a policy house, and so when we're talking about neutral policies, we needed to really consider that neutral policies were actually harmful policies. That was the first thing.
Our big idea here is that we do need to be thinking about what will it take to shift services, thinking, and also the heart of our communities to be able to really support the thriving of Latino elders here in Denver. And our efforts have been folded into a couple of areas. One is we've done a community assessment. We spoke to elders and we spoke to their caregivers.
A lot of what I've discovered is through the elders that we've contacted through the promotoras, that the biggest story is more of a global story for me, is that a lot of people didn't know about services.
The other area of work that we've done is around looking at the whole area of building capacity of our nonprofits. We learned that our nonprofits, whether they be in the aging community or the Latino community, there needs to be some support in helping them meet the needs of Latino elders.
What changed for me was my organization did listen to me and allow me to go from 1 bilingual social caseworker to 4. And so that was just huge for us.
This idea of a cohort, bringing together groups that had never worked together. And under this, again, under the auspices of that, we were going to develop a culturally competent, culturally appropriate set of services and practices that as a group, these 5 wonderful organizations could sit and speak to serving Latino elders.
I think our biggest aha was actually trying to figure out how to make the cohort work more cohesively. And what we discovered is that as time went on and trust went on, we were really identified as the agency that could help with government benefits.
This was a learning circle. Not only did the nonprofits learn, but we learned as well with them as part of an
initiative. The big aha moment, as always, has been that communications is the key issue in relationships and in
guiding principles that came out of this work was one that we were in this together.
Once you see the benefit of working together as we did in the Latino Age Wave cohort in Denver. It was the relationship just worked fine. It's finding that common objective.
Decided to look at this cohort in a way to say, how do we all bring what we do best in support of Latino elders?
I think that community leadership is exceptionally important, and I think probably the biggest thing that I have identified is that to some extent we as an organization that have a lot of expertise in working with elders, it has taken us a period of time to actually develop the trust among other agencies who primarily serve Latinos, and I think we are becoming one of those agencies that is seen as an area of expertise.
And what we've learned in this, these past 2 to 3 years of practice is that there needs to be a larger discussion about the role of family and the role of intergenerational families in this sphere of working with elders.
We always worked intergenerational, so we had consistently, whenever we have a participant come in, we know that we're not just working with that individual, we're working with their family members, with their children, with their elders as well, their parents and things like that, and we get them involved.
Take time, don't stop, and celebrate every benchmark victory, every single one.
Eso es calentamiento.